So I am committed to improving the relationship between law enforcement and the community and rebuilding trust. And I think there's a few ways you can do it, but there's 3 ways that I want to focus on. One is having honest, impactful conversations here on the human side with yours truly, Officer Jill.
There is a mutual distrust.
I'm in a law enforcement career that was not a part of the plan originally. And I started off as an athlete.
So what would you, as a professional, what would you say would be an adequate way for officers to treat that trauma part of
that? Is that when I saw a lot of the crime and the violence, as I got older and I saw how it destroyed my community, and then personally, my father actually got addicted to crack cocaine.
You know, one of the things that I have learned in my 15 years experience of being a police officer is that we struggle with seeing this human side. I love people and I love my job. Start thinking, what are some things that I can do specifically that can contribute to making that relationship better? I started thinking about all the different times where I have experienced a shift in my perspective and the community has experienced a shift in their perspective. In all those instances, there was one common denominator. It was having honest human conversations. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this next episode of The Human Side with Officer Jill. Thank you for coming back. Just want a quick reminder, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, share it, leave a comment. What do you want me to talk about? Do you want to talk to me? The process to do that will be listed in the show notes below. Go ahead and holla at your girl. Like I stated, I want to have human conversations with as many people as possible, and as many people that this virtual platform will allow me to have. So one of the things that I do is I go out into various locations in public and I just have random conversations with total strangers regarding this topic. And I just want to say a big thank you to the 2 ladies that I was able to speak to. You'll learn both of their names are Sarah. And we had a great conversation. Like I said, I don't know these people. I didn't know what they were going to say. And the key is they don't know that I'm a police officer. I don't tell them till the end. Not because I'm trying to be shady, but I just want to have a natural, honest, human conversation with people. And so go ahead and check it out. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment. If you like it. If you don't like it, say so. And hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode is dropping. Enjoy this human conversation. And remember, if you show me your human side, I'll show you mine. Hello, everyone. Here with Sarah. There goes Sarah.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
And then we have
another Sarah.
Another Sarah. I love it. Are you guys twins or not?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
So wait, is this mother-daughter? No. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
we're
sorry.
friends. No, we're friends.
You're friends. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was so bad. That was like the worst.
Nice try.
No, but yeah, that's the worst. Well, I'm here with Sarah and Sarah's.
Yes.
Here with the Sarahs. And we are gonna talk a little bit. Okay. So first question is, what is your idea of a positive, thriving partnership between the community and law enforcement? What is your idea? Like, if you can picture what the perfect relationship between law enforcement and community would be, what would that look like to you?
That we can all have a safe environment to operate, that we can all have the same goals.
Very good. What about you, Sarah?
I was gonna say mutual support, where like we, because of them, we feel safe in our community, but we also respect and help them do their job, I guess. Kind of mutual.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Question 1 down. Right? Not too bad?
Out of how many?
5?
Oh, okay.
Is that good?
Yeah,
All right.
20% down. Yeah,
I
anymore.
like it. You
Anymore.
guys are fun. I love it. I love it. Okay, next one. What do you think is the hardest part about being an officer?
Oh, really? I wonder. Um, a lot of things. Exposure to risk.
Mm,
Exposing what needs to be exposed.
mm.
And then dealing with it.
Nice. I like that. Thank you, Sarah 1. Sarah 2.
I was gonna say trauma. I'm a
Trauma.
therapist, so I'm
Okay.
very trauma informed, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think they carry a lot with them doing their job and taking it home, and they just witness so many things,
Yes.
yeah, on a daily basis.
Awesome. So can I ask a follow-up question to you?
Sure.
So what would you, as a professional, what would you say would be for officers? What would you suggest? I mean, it's kind of a loaded question, but just overall, what do you think?
Well, definitely they need to have a space for them to process what goes on, because I think when you don't process it, it can get in the way and it can interfere in your life and cause more problems maybe within their families, and yeah, it just like escalates. So I think probably having their mental health in check and possibly seeing a therapist or having a support group of some kind.
Yeah.
And having understanding supervisors too that kind of work with them to tackle those things. Yeah.
Like, so when you're dealing with someone who's dealing with trauma, there's like this crisis response or crisis time where
Fight or flight.
or the time where you're like, or you're treating someone. If someone's in a crisis, you're probably going once a week. If they're in a crisis, right?
It
Depends,
could be even like twice or more times a week depending on the need.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
once a week is like kind of average, but it could be more
Average.
than that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it could be less. It could be like twice a month
Okay.
or something.
And so let's say for an officer, would you say at least once a month would be like for regular, just no crisis?
I
and
would
just
say
maintain
that's minimum.
minimum once a
Yeah,
month.
because what they experience these things on a daily basis. I think they're trained to be on like a fight or flight, like always be ready to
Right.
respond, and they're first responders. So
Yeah.
I would think once a month is like the bare minimum,
Okay.
in my opinion, my humble opinion.
Hey, I like that. I like your humble opinion. I think that's awesome. I think this is really good. Thank you, Sarah. Awesome. Okay. So, next, Sarah 1. All right, Sarah 1. Oh, wait, hold on, Sarah 1. I'm stuck in my handheld here. That's a commercial break. We'll edit that out. Okay, so next. How can law enforcement improve the way they interact with the community? If you think they need to improve. If you don't think, then it's fine.
You know what? I also went to clinical psychology school, and so I interestingly had a colleague who was from law enforcement. So he'd come in his uniform, and I was like interested, why are you studying therapy? And he's like, because I want to understand the reasons behind what we deal with. And so I think they can do their job better by understanding something deeper about, why people do what they do, why crime happens, what's the layer beneath what everybody sees. I think that might be helpful for them to just
It's good.
understand.
Right. Understanding. I think that's huge. I agree with you on that for sure. Now, Sarah number 2. I know it's
That's a very complicated question. I don't think I have an answer to that one.
Okay.
Because if I were to say they need to be more friendly, but then they're not, they might be compromising their job, so it's a very tough place to be in, and I don't feel equipped to answer that question.
That's totally fine. I appreciate your honesty. I love honesty. Honesty is the bomb.
I also haven't had a personal experience. I've been around for 3 years, and I have not had a police stop me for any reason.
At all, since you've been here in the States?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Thankfully, not yet. And so I don't have a first-hand experience to know the feeling of what's it like to deal with law enforcement and to be on the spot. And I don't know, and so I don't have a feedback like, I wish they did this, or I wish they said that.
So that's a good thing. It's a good follow-up. So since you've never experienced it for yourself, what do you think is creating these opinions or these perspectives? What has contributed to you having these perspectives? Is it just things that you've heard from other people? Is it TV? Is it social media?
Yeah, all of the above.
All of the above?
Just secondhand information.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. Next question. Almost done, guys. It's fun, right? No? Good? Although I think my mic was off those first 2 questions. Isn't that horrible? Because you guys had good stuff to say.
But I think the camera should.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
There's this little Bluetooth thing, so I'm hoping it's still at least the mic from the phone.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. If not, I still got the conversation. I know. Okay, so next one. Do you think it's a shared responsibility between the community and law enforcement to make the relationship better?
We're ahead of you.
Yeah.
Sarah said it all.
She did, but I have it written, so we're going to ask it anyway, Sarah. We're going to stick to the script here. Yeah, okay, so like you said earlier, it is a shared responsibility. Now, let me ask you this then, just to take it deeper. What are some of the ways that we can share that responsibility? What do you think that the community can do more of, or that law enforcement can do more of in sharing in that responsibility?
Just the basics, right? Like following the rules, like showing respect, like reporting any suspicion. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Appreciate that. Sarah, too?
I don't think I have anything to add. Yeah, it's just supporting them while they do their job, and maybe in some instances just staying out of it, let them do the job. Reporting when things are necessary. It doesn't have to be like a theft or stuff. Like if there's a hazardous item on the freeway, like just calling and trying to prevent like a crisis from happening. I don't know. Yeah, just like small steps, I guess.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. All right, let's look for the last one. Let's see. Okay. What is the biggest, and maybe we touched on this already, I don't know. What is the biggest obstacle that hinders a relationship? I think you're trying to talk about it loud.
Biggest obstacle?
Yeah, what is the biggest obstacle that you think hinders the relationship with law enforcement? Right? We see all the time on TV and people protesting and being upset. Like, I mean, I don't know about in Egypt where you're from, or maybe that's the question too. What is the difference between what you've seen here, either whether it's via media, whether it's from people, as opposed to in Egypt?
Don't compare.
Don't compare? Okay, so tell me. I've never been to Egypt, so I would love to know. Is it worse, better, or what?
There's no sense of what's the right word.
It's not a PG channel, so if you want to get crazy.
There's no sense of collaboration. There's no sense of
in Egypt
of uniting. Yeah. It's just,
okay.
It's just very different.
Okay. Right. So it's obviously it's not a democratic place. So
the other extreme.
Exactly. All right. Okay. So obviously everything that flows from that is going to be that way. Law enforcement, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I mean, it's not cool, but
not cool. The other.
Yes, it's uncool for sure.
Opposite.
For sure. So, Sarah, what is the biggest obstacle that you think hinders the relationship between law enforcement and the community?
I want to say prejudice.
Okay.
On both sides, actually. Like,
Okay.
I think a lot of the time police might have certain ideas about a certain ethnic group or a certain race or this or that, and their perception or previous experience might affect how they treat the person, but also the other way around, how you view the police as, are they like a group of people that are there to protect us and are there for us, or do you come from a background where actually the police has been maybe the villain in the story, or like attacking more than
Protecting.
Yeah, so I think prejudice on both ends is a big obstacle.
Yes. Awesome. That is a great answer. That is an awesome answer, and I agree with you 1,000,000%. Okay, so this question's not on here. It's not really a question. Well, it is a question. It's a good question for you guys, right? For
All
me.
right. Next
So,
level.
this is the thing. I'm a police officer.
Woohoo! There you go.
Right?
All right.
Can you tell?
No.
You are undercover. Good.
Yeah. I'm not working right now. Let's get that very clear. I'm not working. I'm on a day off. So I'm a police officer. And so one of the reasons I'm doing this channel is because I think a lot of times as human beings, we fail to see each other's human side, right? Especially with police. I think police, we sometimes struggle with, we're so involved in the tactics and trying to stay safe that we sometimes fail to see that the people we serve are human, right? And sometimes we can lose that compassion. And I think on the flip side, the people that we serve do that as well. They see us as these superhuman, superpowers, do a backflip, shoot the gun at the person's hand kind of thing. And we're not. We're people, right? And we make mistakes. We get afraid. We have emotions just like everyone else. So I want to I'm creating this YouTube because I want to show all of us our human side, right? And so at the end, I would love to, I know people always have questions for officers. Is there one question that you've always wanted to ask an officer? And I'll be completely honest with you and tell you whatever I can if I know the answer, or I'll give you my opinion on what, you ever wanted to ask an officer any question or any suggestions, anything. Or maybe it's not that exciting what people care about.
I guess I would want to ask you, like, when you're on duty, when you're going to, like, knocking on someone's door, investigating, what is usually on your mind? Like, what's going on inside of you?
Okay, that's a good question. That's a very good question. So there's a lot of things that we're thinking about, right? It all depends, and the type of call determines what we're thinking about, right? So obviously, if there's an extreme call, let's say if it's super dangerous, right? You get a call, let's say, there are times you get a call what we call unknown trouble. You don't know what's going on. You just got a call from this house that says someone called 911 and then hung up. So now you're thinking about everything. Is someone in there getting beat? Is someone in there? Is someone dead? Did someone commit suicide? Did someone? Right? You're thinking about all these different things, and you're like that. You're trying to formulate a plan, right? I'm gonna knock on the door. I'm making sure someone's not gonna ambush me as I get to the door, or is there a window there, right? You're thinking about all these different things that basically you're hoping is gonna keep you alive, right? Or if it's something small, like let's say a loud party, right? There's not, more than likely, there's not going to be a huge danger. Now, it can be, right? Because things can, it can totally escalate. You have people who are drinking, right? But you're really just thinking how you're going to stay alive and how you're going to keep your partner alive until you get to whatever the situation is, and you de-escalate or you determine what your next step is going to be. So, is that good? Does that answer it?
Are you ready for the next question?
I am. Let's do it.
What do you do for self-care?
What do I do for self-care? I travel.
Good.
Nice.
Yes.
I travel.
Yeah, I went Mediterranean too.
Yes, I travel, and I'm a woman of faith, so I go to church. I'm a church girl, so that keeps my mind.
Oh my God.
Yes,
That's lovely.
That is so cool. What are the odds?
Awesome.
I love the world. I love the world. But yeah, that's what I do. Honestly, like my faith has kept me. I don't know how officers do this job without faith. I really don't. I mean, I know what they do. Unfortunately, they drink a lot, and suicide is the leading cause of death.
Oh, wow.
The leading cause of death for officers is suicide.
Oh,
Wow.
Lord.
The pain is too much to bear.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we're number 3 on the list nationally. So doctors are number 1, dentists are number 2.
Interesting.
Never would have thought that,
Yeah,
right?
no.
And then officers are number 3.
Wow.
And topping people in suicide.
Stand on the list.
I don't know.
I'm sure we get it.
That's a good question. I know. Honestly, I think about that because, to be honest, I'm actually going to start seeing a counselor because I think I'm learning more about emotional health. I'm not in a crisis. I'm fine, but
Wow,
still,
so I was
I'm
reaching
exposed.
there.
I know.
You were. And that's why I really liked her. That's why I really liked her.
Business cards, that's next on the list.
That's why I loved your answer because it's so true. Like you just need it just to maintain.
Yeah.
And you're constantly exposed to trauma, constantly, all day. You know what I mean? So you have to do something. You can't just like take that and think it's gonna. And I love God and I believe in his powers, but you need more. You know? You need more than that sometimes. So, but yeah. What about you, Sarah? What questions do you have for me?
Were you ever like in a situation where you're like, I want to run and not do this?
Ooh, that is a great question.
Like
just
it's
wanna
too
I can't do
sketchy,
this.
too scary. I'm afraid of my life maybe, and I want out.
That is a great question. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever been in that situation where I just like, yo, I want to go. To be honest, I mean, I've had intense situations where it has grieved me a lot. So I used to investigate human trafficking of kids.
Wow. That's tough.
And my youngest victim was 11 years old. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to her and ask her, what do you want to do when you grow up, right? I'm just trying to, establish a rapport to her because this is a very, sensitive topic, right? And she tells me all she's ever going to be is a hope. And it just crushed me. I was like, this 11-year-old girl is just sitting here and she doesn't know anything else outside of this sweet life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can handle this. I'm fighting back tears because I'm like, this is a child, Yeah. So those are probably the one. I've never had a time where I've actually just wanted to leave, to be honest. And I think it's because we have been so well trained, to be honest, to be that warrior and to kind of take on anything.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen, at least not for me. I've never I'm out. It's just that will, that why, right? Yeah. That why is what keeps me
going.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for all that you do and for your sacrifice. It's not an easy job at all, but we need you. Thank you.
Thank you. Say it again, Sarah.
We need you.
What made you choose this career?
What made me choose this career? So, I've always wanted to be a cop since I was a little kid. Well, you guys probably didn't have this in Egypt, but there's this program called DARE. Hey guys, I'm shooting a video. So there's this program called DARE back when I was a kid, and it was when the cops used to come to the school and encourage us not to do drugs and all that kind of stuff. And the officer selected me to talk on his loudspeaker, and I just fell in love. I fell in love. That was like, this is what I want to do. And then, you want to, as I got older, I wanted to help people, right? Much older, and you hear about how our criminal justice system sucks, right? Particularly for Black people. And so instead of me complaining, I said, well, I'm going to do something and I'm going to follow my dream and be an officer.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes. Well, listen, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
What was your name?
My name is Jill. All right. We thank Sarah. We appreciate you guys. Sarah 1, Sarah 2.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. All right. I'm signing out. Peace.